everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a fun time. Because if you are not, you're gonna have it after you watch this video, that's for sure. Hi, it's me, Miles, and my dangerously upcycled clothes. I just hope I can live in upcycled clothes for the rest of my life. But I'm honestly really scared of my stitching skills. As you can see from this dungaree, I haven't even sewn it on the side. If you were wondering, no, this video is not about upcycled clothes. This video is about hair care because today is the second episode of Better Days Playbook and I thought of talking about hair. Oh my god, my hair is in my eyes. Okay, I'm good. I love coloring my hair. I love torturing my hair to the point that it's absolutely begging for mercy. Coloring it, heating it, cutting it irrationally. Never tying it up when I go in an auto rickshaw. It's just things that girls do, you know. Today I'm here to talk about hair coloring, some basics of hair bleaching, and taking care of your hair, and just hair nourishment in general. There's not a lot I want to talk about. This is going to be a relatively shorter video, but I'm really happy with that because the shorter it is, the lesser render time, easier to post it. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Now, I divide hair coloring into two parts. That is your regular hair coloring, as I call it, for which you don't need to bleach your hair, and the bleach hair coloring, which is basically your permanent or semi-permanent dyes, for which you have to bleach your hair first and then color it. Okay, getting into the first kind, which is regular hair coloring, you have all sorts of products like L'Oreal, Garnier, Be Blunt, which have these boxed color hair colors. Your moms or grandmoms or just a lot of people around you use it probably. They are very famous, obviously. I used to color my hair red with these kind of hair colors when I was just getting into hair coloring. The only thing with these is though, if you're sitting in a room and like immediately after washing your hair after the color, you're not really going to notice any difference. If you go out in the sun or in a really well illuminated room, you might see undertones of whatever color it is, and these usually come in like your safe color options like reds, browns, burgundies, magentas, and that's with your regular hair colors. And then you have your semi-permanent and permanent dyes, which require you to bleach your hair. Now, bleaching your hair can be a bit of a tedious process if you haven't done it before, and there are a lot of things that I wish I knew when I was initially bleaching my hair. Like if you're getting a box of hair coloring which is coming with a bleach included in it, there's a very high chance that the volume is not mentioned and you can't really make that choice, and a lot of people don't know about the fact that you can make this choice as well. So let's start with the basic of hair bleaching, understanding the volumes. Whenever you bleach your hair, there is this chemical bond in your hair which breaks, which means your hair does get weaker. So just a little bit of, warning that if you get into bleaching and stuff, then there's a very high chance that you might end up having hair fall like I do. Now, when you're buying a bleach, every bleach comes in different volumes. There are 20% volumes, 40% volumes, 60% volumes, and I think there are 80% volumes, but I'm not really sure. I've never seen one in the market. Now what these volumes decide is how light your hair is gonna look after being bleached. So these are two bleaches that I bought for myself when I was trying to color my hair green. The first one that I got was this 20% volume bleach. It barely did anything for my hair. My hair was not lightened at all. It just looked exactly the same. So that one didn't work for me. And then I got this 40% one, which slightly helped my hair. So that was a good thing. And I just went ahead with it. Now, I didn't understand what the 40% or the 20% or the 60% is doing. But as I mentioned earlier, they basically decide how light your hair is going to look after bleaching. And the actual bleaching is done with the powder that comes with these. I suggest buying something that come in a bundle thing, come together, same brand. Just a suggestion. You will have to understand how light you want your bleached hair to look. And depending on that, and also depending on how much your hair can take, you can decide whether you want to go with a lower variant or a higher variant. So for that, a 20% one is going to be the least blonding, and the 60 or the 80% one is going to be the highest blonding. So those are going to be the brightest shades of blonde if you apply them, and 20 is going to be the lightest shade of blonde. So these are just some of the things that you need to keep in mind while deciding how you want to bleach your hair. And the second thing is hair dyeing. You can pick any color that you want. There are really good brands in India. There's just one good brand in India. It's called Birds of Paradise. I have to try them out, but they look really promising. The thing with any sort of hair color is that its life is measured in how many washes it can last you. Some hair colors have a 5-wash life cycle. Some of them have 10, some of them have 15, some of them have as little as 3. So depending on how long you want it to stay or how frequently you wash your hair, you can understand how much or how frequently you want to color your hair or which brands you want to go for. Streaks is the only one that has given me promising results out of all the brands that I have used. So, but it's not a very good brand, so I'm actually thinking of ditching it. So this is not a brand promotion. I shouldn't be talking about any of these things. But those were the basics of hair coloring. Now for the hair care, really simple few things. I don't really get any treatments done on my hair. I don't use any hair mask, like any market-based hair mask. I haven't used one yet, and I don't use any leave-in conditioners or anything like that. I have a very simple hair care routine so far. So I'm just going to share that with you guys, and I'm going to share some things about taking care of your colored hair that I have understood. So yeah, the first thing that you need to do is oil your hair. The oil that I have been using for the past month for about 7 to 8 applications is this Bow Skin Science ginger hair oil with rosemary and lemon. This really fits the description of my hair care requirement, which means it helps with my greasy scalp, it helps with my flaky scalp. I can't speak. It helps with my greasy scalp, it helps with my flaky scalp, and it just certainly helps me with just bringing some life back to my hair, which is very lifeless. I don't know if you can tell or not. Now this oil is a cold pressed mineral oil, which means this is more concentrated in the good things as compared to your regular chemical based oils. Another oil that I use very frequently is parachute coconut oil, but I don't have that right now, which is why I've been using this one so often and so frequently, and it has been so helpful. These ingredients are all plant-based and it's super rich in vitamin C, A and B. The best part is that it comes with a comb applicator. The comb applicator really helps you get in, properly in your scalp, and then it comes with a regular applicator as well, which will help you just pour it all out and put it in your hair through the lens and on your scalp everywhere the oil needs to be. If anybody is looking for a new hair oil, if your old hair oil is not yielding very promising results, you guys can check this out. I will link it in the description below. Now, the most common mistake that we tend to make with hair oils is, this is also something that I don't want to sound all preachy or anything, but this is something I did as well. I recently learned I shouldn't be doing this, is leaving the hair oil in for a very long time. I don't know if anybody else used to do this or not, but what I would do is that I would basically leave the hair oil in my hair for 3 days, and I would absolutely just not do anything about it, and then I would wash it after 3 days, hoping that my hair is gonna be really nice and soft and yada yada yada. But what it does is that it is extremely counterproductive, and I'll tell you guys how. Let's talk about how your scalp works. It's just like your skin, and every time it starts getting dry, it's gonna secrete its natural oils, which is not good for your hair. It gets dry, which causes dandruff, and if it starts secreting its natural oils, which may seem like a good thing, but it really isn't, because that leads to massive hair fall. Natural hair oil, greasy, it means that there's going to be a lot of dust and cloud being collected, which is not healthy for your hair. I have suffered from this for a very long time, I still do. And I think a lot of people in India might, given that we are such a tropical country. So that is one thing you need to note. And another thing is that in a very similar fashion, if you leave the hair oil in for a very long time, it tends to attract dirt and drought and just is extremely counterproductive, because the longer you leave it in your hair, the more amount of chemical product you're going to need to get rid of it from your hair, which means it's just gonna leave your hair dry and lifeless anyway. So what I do is that I apply the hair oil in my hair 2 hours before I have to wash it, and on some days when I'm feeling incredibly fancy, I take a linen cloth or just a cotton cloth or a towel, whatever suits you. I dip it in warm water and I just wrap it around my hair for 5 to 10 minutes. You know how when you're going to a beauty parlor or a salon, they just put this astronaut steam thingy over your head? That's the exact reason. It clears up your pores and the pores on your scalp, and it helps the oil penetrate better, which means it gets the work done better. So yeah, you guys should do that. Try to oil your hair as often as possible. I do it every 3 days. As I mentioned earlier, the life of your hair dye depends on how many times you wash it, but that honestly shouldn't stop you from washing your hair often, because your hair is already under a color treatment, right? And if you don't take care of it while it's colored, it's very easy for your hair to become all damaged and rough and crazy and bonkers like my hair. And don't forget to apply some sort of serum in your hair before applying heat. Heat treatments are again one thing that I have messed around with a lot from a very young age, and my hair is just paying the price for all of these crazy things I have done to my hair when I was a kid. So just take my life as a cautionary tale and do the right things, kids. Anyway, that was all the things I wanted to talk about for hair care. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had some takeaways from this video, because I would be so happy if you did. I love hairs. It's a very weird statement, but it's a very pure sentiment. I love doing my hair, my friend's hair, my doll's hair, mom's hair, sister's hair. There have been times we go for weddings and I do just everybody's hair in the house, to the point that I don't have any time to get ready on my own. So yeah, that being said, this was all the advice I had for hair care. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys found any of this helpful. If any one of you have been looking forward to dyeing or bleaching your hair and have no idea where to start, I hope this video was able to point you at least in the right direction. That would honestly mean so much more than anything else. But yes, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. You have the option of getting notified for my videos, so you can press the bell icon down below. And if you guys think that you have friends or family or just people you know who can make use of this video on how to color your hair and take care of colored hair, make sure you share it with them. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.